Pretty decent score. I have geared my heroes properly this time.
7k dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll be looking at Jave in Castle Rush Nightmare. For this, I'm actually using the same team, but I have changed the formation to the one that I have recommended yesterday, which is Hyung at the back with 4 in the front. And the reason why I'm not using Tara, I think some of you may have recommended me to use Tara instead of Karin, or instead of Nurja. The reason why I'm not using Tara here is because I think Jave hits really hard. Okay, he hits 200% on both skills and also has the chance to reduce defense. So in this case, his Dragon Fury reduces defense by 12 turns, okay, reduces 80% defense. So I'm using Evan's Shield to remove that debuff so that I won't take too much damage from here on. And as I said, Tara is used to remove the shields, and I'm not using her here because I feel that I do need Karin's extra healing support for today. So I will try the Tara team tomorrow and see how that goes. For now, we're just gonna stick with the Reflect team, unfortunately, because even if I wanted to try the offensive team here with Truth and even Zahara, I think they would not stand a chance due to the sheer amount of damage from Jave himself as well as Chancellor and Rook. So the idea here is really to heal up when you need to, definitely, and whenever you see that Dragon Fury is going to be ready, hopefully you actually have prepared one of the skills, which is either Hyung's healing or Evan's shield to be ready so that you can remove the debuff. Otherwise you'll be taking a lot of damage for the next 12 turns, which is not what you want, definitely. And try your best to keep your units alive. So if one of the units, especially Hyung, is about to die, please heal her. That's why I say Karin is very important here. And Karin is a little bit frail, unfortunately, so maybe that is the reason why people have swapped her out. But without Karin, I probably would not even have lasted that long in this battle. And as you see here, I also forgot again to employ a help from a friend. So I'm running this completely on my own team, no extra units brought in. And yeah, see how that goes. You should always pay attention to your HP because sometimes you have turn-based healing going on. So if you still have turn-based healing, then actually using a healing skill would be a complete waste. So try to manage and recognize the icon so that you do not use the wrong skill at the wrong time. And I think most of the part of this battle can be left to auto skill, in fact, because healing in the first place is very automatic. So once the AI detects that your HP is pretty low, they will definitely heal if it's ready. And then Evan has his shield skill. I think he will use that when it's ready as well. However, I'm saving that to remove the debuff from Jave, so that is the only part I need to take note of. The rest of the skills really don't matter, especially Jave and Nurja's, okay? And also just keep a lookout for the debuff above the enemy's heads. If they are about to end and have started blinking, then just cast Hyung's top skill again. Hyung's top skill reduces their physical attack, which means you take less damage. Yes, you reflect less, however, it prolongs your survivability. And if this Castle Rush is about survivability, then you just gotta give it to them. Go for survivability, reflect as much as you can. I think with this setup, I did a pretty okay job reflecting. Okay, 163,000 base points, and with the Castle Rush buff, I got about 212k, which is pretty good for a single run. This is my first try, so I still have 3 more tries. So if you can keep up this kind of score, I think your guild will definitely get S rank chests, and having S rank chests is so important because A rank and S rank chests are the only rewards that will give you the Dark Knight Jewel, and with the Dark Knight Jewel you can potentially see a lot of progress in other areas as well. So I will talk about my heroes builds later on. You see that my Hyung actually healed pretty much, which is 13,000 HP, and that is very important for you because the larger he heal, the more you're going to survive, the longer you're going to survive, and the more you're going to reflect. So that's just the gist of it. If you feel that the Tara team, replacing Karin is better, go ahead and try it. Let me know how it goes. I'm just taking precautions here because I don't want to risk my run. In the future, once the score has stabilized and I'm more confident, I can always use the Tara team against Jave.
모두를 위한 빛의 이름.
So as you can see, Jave has very high crit and lethal rate. In fact, all three of them do. And if he procs his crit and lethal, it will do heavy damage on your units, especially with his attacks. And that's the scariest part, because no way, even if you have the best bulk, you can survive that, especially Hayoung and Karin. Both Hayoung and Karin are actually not equipped based on defense. They are equipped to buff their magic attack so that they can heal more. Nerja dies here. Nerja is one of the more frail units on the team, I would say, compared to Evan and Jave. So at least I have Hayoung here to revive. So let's say in the event that your Nerja dies and you have a friend hero, that friend hero can come in and hopefully, you know, he is Evan. So if you have 2 Evans and 1 Jave on the field, I think you're pretty much set for the entire round, because you're gonna have HP shields, you're gonna have efficient cleansing, and you're gonna have heals.
모두를 위한 빛의
Unfortunately, my Hayoung and Karin die at this point, which means I have no more heals. I'm only relying on Evan's HP shields. And, you know, I'm currently at 107,000. So it was kind of shocking that I could hit 16 plus later on. And I think this has to do with Jave, because Jave hits very hard. So the amount reflected is also very huge. Just take note that Jave actually does not have the HP shield. So whatever damage that is reflected is completely based on the damage you do to Jave. Rook and Chancellor are taking no damage at all from the reflect team, okay, because of their shields. And if you want to have more reflect in that case, then that's why the Tara team is coming in. And I know I'm mentioning a lot about Tara. She is a very useful hero right now in Castle Rush. However, it's just that I feel the enemies today are just too strong, especially Jave, so I decided not to use her. So yeah, I think this is a pretty okay score, decent score for a single run. So on to hero equipment. So this is the formation I was talking about, and I'm using Windy as well. We're looking at Hayoung first, double lethal, HP. Of course, if the HP armor was mid-awakened, that would be much better. And you see that from the previous video, I was talking about giving her red jewels, and in this case, I have done that. Increase PvE magic attack, recovery skill, and skill cooldown. All these are the best jewels for her to buff her healing. And for her accessory, I've given her a very unnecessary stuff stat, so you can actually give her evasion or HP increase. That will be much better. Next, for Nerja, weapons don't matter, HP armor, and all green jewels block rate, damage reduction from block rate, and also status resist. So I know that block rate kind of defeats the purpose and counters against the reflect idea, but I feel that Nerja really does need the block rate, because longevity and survivability is the key here, so that you can actually reflect more and hopefully recover us for the damage that block actually reduces. And I think it worked out pretty well, so it's fine to give her block. And for her accessory, I've given her Wilfring and lethal rate, which doesn't matter at all. You can give her increased HP, that will be much better as well. For her limit break and fighter soul, I did not touch them at all because of Topaz concerns, and of course I don't have any other better fighter soul there. And then for Jave, double crit Myth HP. Myth HP is very good for him because it gives him HP shields every turn based on his max HP, okay? And then also 30% chance to stay alive at 1 HP. The other 2 jewels don't matter, I only put them there because of the green color for HP increase. For his limit break and fighter soul, I did not touch them as well. And for his accessory, you can give him HP increase, I think that will be much better, or evasion. This Death Diva thing doesn't matter at all. So as mentioned in my previous video on Dylan's Nightmare, Evan is the main damage dealer, I feel, so I've given him crit and lethal. You don't have to gear him up so beautifully. Max HP, if this were Myth Awakened, that would be much better. And then also 30% chance to survive on 1 HP, and PvE, physical attack increase, and crit and lethal damage, so that, you know, he just deals a little bit more. I don't think it's super significant, but you know, it's still something. And for his accessory, this is the accessory I'm talking about, which is the Wilfring and HP increase. For his limit break and fighter soul is untouched as well, they are still left at PvP setup. Finally, for Karin, double speed. Okay, it's not about the speed, it's about the weapon existence itself. You can give her crit or lethal, it doesn't matter as long as you have weapons on her, because you want to boost her magic attack so that she heals more. Max HP, if these two were mid-awakened, I think she will get much better bulk and will be put to better use. PvE, magic attack, and skill cooldown and block rate. Of course, I should have put recovery skill here also, so that, you know, everything falls in line the same as how I've geared my Hayoung. For accessory, I've given her Wilfring and decreased 4 to 5 target damage, because Jave actually does 5 target damage, but I don't think it really benefits here, so doesn't matter as long as you have the Willful Ring. Finally, these are my masteries. Increase in magic attack so that your healing can be greater. I actually don't know if level 25 really matters because the block rate of 10%, does it really help because it's just 10%. I've given my team counter rate increase instead. Don't think it really matters also. So yeah, level 10, 15 and 20 I've set it as such. So that's all I have for the Castle Rush Nightmare for Jave. Stay tuned for all the other heroes. Hopefully I can vary the teams up and not just stick to one team because I really don't like the idea of doing that as well. Stay tuned for all the other guides that are about to come. Thank you so much and see you.